What's going on, guys? It's Dylan back for another episode of Garage 13. I'm going to be taking apart the engine today. I'll be getting the head off the block, the oil pan off, all the timing stuff, the crank, and all that stuff. You're going to want to take off the spark plug cover and then take out the spark plugs to crank over the engine. And before you start cranking over the engine, you want to remove the crank angle sensor. It's just 3 10mm, or the head is 10mm bolt. And you also want to take off that crank angle sensor cover off the cam so you can see the notches on the cam. You'll have 3 things match up. It's 1 on each cam gear, and then there'll be a notch on the crank pulley itself.
This mark lines up right here. This mark lines up right here. This mark lines up on the 0 on the crank pulley.
Then to get the crank pulley off, you're going to need a 27mm socket on an impact wrench. And then you're going to need a pulley puller to get it off.
So that's the crank pulley.
To remove the timing belt, you're just going to loosen the tensioner and then twist it up to loosen the belt, and you can tighten it to leave the tensioner in that place, and you can slide it off.
So there's 3 bolts that you're going to want to remove before you start removing the head, loosening the head bolts. First one right here, second one right there, third one right there. And after that, since you're on top dead center, you can reach all the cylinder head bolts down there. And you're going to want to follow a specific order according to the full service manual. It says right there.
And when loosening these head bolts, they are really tight, so you're going to need probably a pipe for some leverage. And you're going to want to go in steps. You're not going to want to loosen it all the way on the first run. I just did about half a turn. And the head, I think it's a 1/2-inch Allen head, I'm not sure. And on the front cylinder, a 1/2-inch drive won't fit in between the cam and the cylinder head. So I had to use a 3/8-inch ratchet. You can see me struggling right there. And the reason why you want to follow that specific order on the service manual is because you can warp your cylinder head if you take it off wrong, because it's aluminum. Even when you can loosen them by hand, you still want to go in the order of the full service manual. And there's some debris in the cylinder, so I was just trying to blow it out. But eventually I blow it out with the air gun. Now I know the cooling system is all like super, there's buildup and stuff like that, so I'm gonna definitely take that out and flush everything out. And the water pump will definitely need to be replaced as well. On moving the bottom gear for the timing belt, and it has 2 keys on the crank, so I kind of just used like a pick, and I just wedged it against it and it slid out. Now I rotate the engine just to get to access the oil pan on the other side. Also, when removing the oil pan, there's a specific order you want to go in to remove the bolts off the oil pan. I'm not sure how vital it is, but it's just better be safe than sorry. The gasket still keeps the oil pan on the block, so you're gonna need a chisel or something, or a scrape. I use this paint scraper, and I was able to get it in between there and wedge it out. Here's an up-close look of the connecting rods, or the rod caps, I mean. I'm going to remove the oil strainer to replace the gasket on there. It comes with the full gasket build kit, so I just decided to take it off and replace the gasket. And I just use a paint scraper to get the excess gasket off the bottom of the block. You can use a razor blade, that works well as well. I just put that paper in there so no more debris gets in the cylinders. These are the cooling channels for the engine block. These little holes are the channels that go straight down to the engine oil spot. So I just sprayed that with brake cleaner. And that's going to be it for this video. In the next video I'll be painting the engine block and start on putting some of the new gaskets in. And see you next week. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks.